Hi guys, welcome back to class. In this class we're going to follow on from the previous session, and we were reading an article about polyglots, people who learn several languages, and we're going to continue with this article and try to focus maybe on the expressions, the phrasal verbs and things like this to improve your vocabulary. But if it gets interesting, we can also talk as well, why not? Okay, but we'll try and learn the expressions in this session. So, Chin. Hello, Chin. Can you hear us? Chin, it's a nice photo, yes? I want to know where it is. I want to speak with you, but I will share my screen first of all, okay? It will work. Just go in the top right-hand corner and check your microphone settings, okay? And hopefully it's okay. I'll just show you now very quickly. To the top right-hand corner here. Oh, wait, can you see my screen? Has it frozen? Is it okay? Hello, guys. Okay, I don't know if people can hear me. It kind of froze for a bit, yeah? So I don't know if it's okay now. Okay, so if you can see my screen, in the top right-hand corner, there's a microphone icon. Please check this, Chin, and then we should be able to speak with you very soon. And Jose is back.
Hello, yes.
Hi, are you okay?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am here.
Great, okay. Nice to speak with you again, Jose. Nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
Perfect. And Chin. Try again. Okay, I'll just show you. Just here, Chin. Okay, so just in the top right-hand corner, you should be able to see the microphone button. But in any case, okay, so Jose, what were your impressions so far with the article that we just discussed in the previous class?
Repeat, please.
So far, with the article we looked at in the previous session, what were your impressions? What did you think of when you read this article?
I think for me it's impossible. There are people who speak a lot of language. It's very difficult for me.
Yeah, for me, I think, yeah. So to speak 72, headache. That's the first thing I think of, yeah, or headache. Okay, so Hazel is back. We'll wait for it to load. Igor is back.
Yeah.
Cool. Mira's back.
Yes.
And Rashed. Rashed, you there? Okay, can't hear you just yet. Check your mic settings. We'll come back to you. Okay, and we'll come back. Sam, if at the end I'll show you how to check it, just in case you're new. And Sam is there. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Perfect. And Servet.
Hi.
Okay, you all know each other, I think. Yeah, most of you. We've got two new people. We've got Rashed and we've got Chin. Okay, so for those guys, I'll just share my screen again so you can see. Just go in the top right-hand corner and check your mic settings, please. Okay, so just check here and make sure it's not muted, make sure it's not red, and also if that doesn't work, please check your settings there, make sure it's the mic, the right mic, and etc. Okay, so we're going to continue straight away. I don't need to introduce it because most of you were there. Those of you have just joined, don't worry, yeah. So you'll be able to catch up very quickly. We'll just continue with where we left off last time, okay? So I'll send you the article, guys, and please open this. Okay, so who would like to make us start reading from where we left off? We left off maybe... there's a couple of expressions that I want to clarify with you, first of all, and that was, for example, the greatest... a phrasal verb here, to grow up. To grow up. He grew up in Speyer in Germany. So he grew up. To grow up?
He was raised.
Yes.
Okay, is that clear? So let's ask Rashid, can we hear you? Okay, not yet. No, I can't hear you. Conrad, thank you for the comment. Yeah, he said it's about interesting and challenging topics. That's excellent. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Conrad. Cool. Okay, so Rashid, can we hear you? Not yet. No. Okay, in that case, let's. Did you check your settings by any chance, Rashid? Just write in the chat box. Okay, cool. So we'll come back. Okay, in that case, let's get someone to read. Hopefully it works for you very, very soon. But just please write any comments if you're stuck. Okay, so who would like to make a start? Servet, would you like to try?
Yes. Where we left, he had mastered 94 languages. Then from there,
You've mastered 94 languages. Where did we get to?
yes. David.
Actually, stop. We will explain some things first, yeah, before we do this. Okay, so to amuse yourself, okay? So to grow up, that's to be raised. To amuse yourself.
To have fun.
Yeah. Amuse yourselves. Sometimes this can happen. For example, at school, a teacher wants to go to the toilet or something, says, yeah, amuse yourself for 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, do whatever you want to do for 5 minutes. So amuse yourself. Yeah, you know, it's not anything rude, guys. Yeah, so but it's just to do something entertaining for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so used to amuse himself by inventing languages. While still a schoolboy, he learned Swedish, Sanskrit, and Persian. So as a schoolboy, he was keen on learning languages right from the get-go, right from the beginning. So he learned Swedish, Sanskrit, and Persian. Okay, interesting. He picked up all the major European languages. What does this mean, to pick up something?
Choose.
Yeah, to learn.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit different. It's to learn, but in what way, Servet?
In a spontaneous way.
Fast.
Yeah, he picked up. He didn't study. He didn't get a book. He didn't look through the book and learn things. He just picked up. He is, yeah. So basically, he heard people speaking, and he realized actually when they say that, that means that. So when I say that, that means that. Yeah. So he associated it quite quickly. He picked it up quite well. You don't study your native language. You pick it up from parents, from friends, from teachers at school. Yeah. This is how you pick it up. You don't study unless you choose to do it at university or whatever. You don't study your native language. You pick it up. But maybe you study English. Yeah? So, guys, you can also pick up skills from people. So, if, for example, your mother can cook really well, you may have picked up your cooking skills from your mother. You haven't studied cooking, you haven't read the books, you just watch your mum do it and she does it and you copy her. You pick it up. Okay? Sam, tell me something that you have picked up from someone.
Picked up. Well, of course, part of my Spanish is picked up from daily using.
Okay.
And cooking skills, well, I think, well, when I was back in my city, I was watching my mom cooking all the day, but I never learned. I thought that I would never learn it. But when I came here and I got bored with sandwiches, and yeah, so I had to try once or twice. I burned I burned the pot, but after that I started.
Set fire to the kitchen, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so things like this, so you'd have to pick it up. And I think you can pick up, when you're under stress, maybe you can pick up things quicker if you, for example, need to eat. If you're hungry, you need to cook to eat, so you probably pick it up quicker than, for example, if, you know, yeah, when you were at home where it was all cooked for you and stuff. So you picked up cooking from your mother. You can also pick up habits from people. So if everyone has their habits, I have the habits. I maybe say yes, so all the time, or whatever. Everyone has their habits, and if you then do that habit. So, for example, if I say yes, so a lot, and Hazel starts speaking to me saying yeah, so a lot, she would have picked up the habit from me. or if, for example, something that you do quite a lot, if I then start to do it, then I would have picked up the habit from you.
I think I picked up the habit of saying no worries from
No
you.
worries. Yes.
No worries. Yeah,
Me
this is
too.
another thing I say. Yes, no worries, no worries. You picked
And
it up.
sorry,
from me.
sorry.
Yeah, things like this. So yeah,
Not
that's
too
something
bad,
maybe
not
you
too
picked
bad.
up. Not too bad, not too bad. What else? I get really paranoid. What was it? Alina pointed out some to me the other day, and it's so bad. Okay, but guys, what about from other people? So sometimes I pick up things from students. There was a student I had from, I think, Colombia. Yeah, would say something. No, and Russia would always be like, yes, all the time. I had a private student from Russia. Yes. So occasionally I'd reply to him saying yes. Yeah, things like this. So is it right? Yes. Things like that. So I guess it's quite natural to pick up things. It can be mannerisms as well, so gestures. I guess if you live in Italy for a while, you suddenly start to, oh, you can't see the guys. You suddenly start to do this maybe, yeah? So you pick up gestures, mannerisms and things. Okay, guys, another example. So let's go to Rashid. Can we hear you? Not yet. Sorry. I won't say that again. Okay, Mira?
Yes. So when we was in training in our university, I go to a farm to get some experience, and the manager in this farm make something because he was malignant, and separate between the farmer and the engineering,
Yep.
To don't make any conglomerate on him. So you just in this case you need to pick up some experience from your eyes. You see the farmer. Yes. Put how many ingredient in water to irrigate the flower or something like this, without knowing of the manager, just to have experience. And when you ask any farmer, you put how many of this ingredient, I don't know the manager who give me this ingredient to put. Why you do this? The manager tell me do this because the manager get some experiments from Holland, because Holland is
they grow lots of flowers and stuff, yes?
Yes, like something like this. And he don't get us any experience from this, or be in the experiment or the farmer. Yeah. So you should pick up this experience from your eye just.
Yeah, so you pick up things like this, yeah? So skills, maybe you pick up things on the job. So as you're working, you learn how to work. So if you work, I don't know, in a company, a marketing company, for example, the experience you'll pick up the skills to sell your products quicker, maybe, yeah? So maybe Igor had, I just said yes, so I just realized this. Okay, this is one thing I'm trying to change. Igor, okay, what about you? So have you picked up your sales skills? Did you learn to sell, or did you pick it up through experience?
Through experience, I think. I picked up.
You picked it up, yeah? You didn't study, yeah? So it's something that you've learned to do, you've picked up from other people, you've worked out a good system for you, and yeah, you didn't need to read it in a book. Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay. Chin, can we hear you? Okay, guys, those who I can't hear, I'll give you until 25, in fact, is it full? It could be full. There's some people watching, so I'm not sure if they want to get in. Okay, so I'll give you until 25 past to sort out, just in case there's somebody else that wants to join in, and you can watch and you can contribute by writing or something. Yeah, if we can't hear you by 25 past, okay, to make it fair. I hate saying that. Yeah, I feel like such a feeling. Okay, but anyway, Hazel, something that you have picked up from somewhere apart from language, but maybe skills or.
Okay. When I was a kid, I picked up the reading from my bigger sister.
Yeah.
Before I went to school.
Okay, so you could read before you went to school.
Yes.
Because you picked up from your sister. Yeah, that's a common thing. A skill or some knowledge. You can pick up some idea about something as well. Okay. What do you say, Evgenia? Are you there? Evgenia?
Yeah, hi.
Long time no speak, Evgenia. How are you?
Fine.
Cool.
Not too bad.
Okay, so we're talking about picking up things rather than studying. Do you understand the difference between to study and to pick up?
I think, yeah, picking up is something like look through quickly or something like that.
Okay, so
right.
1 second. Again, I think there's some echo coming from you.
No, I close the Verbling.
Cool.
Just
okay. Echo?
now.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Done?
How can you hear me now?
Yep. Hello? Echo? Maybe it's from someone else. Yeah, so there's still a bit of an echo. Yep. Okay. Yep, I think it's gone. Yep, cool. Okay, it's gone. Evgenia, okay, so what's the difference between to pick up something and to study something? So you're saying to pick up something is a quicker process, okay?
Yes.
For example,
it's like look through some books and like picking up some phrases or facts, then translate to someone else.
But it's not actively studying. You could, for example, read a book and see some new words written down, and you pick up these words. So, for example, you don't look at it and highlight it and then write it down and learn it. You see the word in the book, and then suddenly you use that word later, and you think, ah, yeah, where did I pick it up from? Yeah, so I picked it up from the book, or I picked it up from another person speaking. Okay, so Evgenia, what kind of things have you picked up on?
I don't know, maybe English words, some English words.
Okay, yeah, so some expressions, things like this. Okay, so it could be any new, so it could be idioms, it could be habits, yeah? So Hazel was saying that she picked up from me, what was it? What was the one you picked up from me?
Reading.
Reading, yeah, so, oh yeah, Sam said picked up no worries from me, yeah? I'm sure things like that, that's quite embarrassing.
And sorry from you.
Sorry, yeah? So, guys, please don't say sorry, yeah? So don't copy, because it makes sound funny, yeah? That's something I should change, maybe.
It's nice, Martin.
Sorry. No, don't do that. Okay, be more direct. Okay, so that's something that you could pick up, so expressions, things like this. Carlos has joined.
Hello.
How are you today, Carlos?
I'm pretty good, thank you. And you?
I'm not too bad, And did you follow what we've been talking about?
Yes, but okay, I have been trying to enter in the class during 15 minutes and I couldn't enter. Even the class is joined to enter, but I couldn't attend. I have been trying to enter for 15 minutes.
Said this
Finally,
yesterday.
I did it.
People said this yesterday. They had this problem yesterday. Carlos, have you taught recently?
What? Sorry?
Have you taught recently on Verbling? Like yesterday, did you teach yesterday?
Yes.
Did you have this problem with students?
I know a lot of your students are mine also. Hello Servet, hello Mira, hello Igor, a lot of people from hello. How are you?
But did you have this problem with students joining in? Because I had this problem as well.
No problem. So maybe it's today. So the class is for 10 people.
Yep.
And there were 9, and I always trying to enter. Yep. And I couldn't. The application doesn't allow me to enter.
Mira had this problem yesterday, I think. Mira, yeah, is that the same problem?
Yes, maybe I don't know because I don't think so. Yesterday, maybe the problem is today. I don't know. Maybe sometimes there is problems along the way, but I don't know.
I also had the same problem. You know, Matt, sometimes somebody drops out of the Hangout, but they still look in the Hangout. So that's why you cannot join.
Okay.
Yeah, at the same time, people are trying to enter at the same time. Then they collapse. Maybe the enter of the Hangout. Maybe.
I noticed sometimes.
So trying to multitask, but I know this was a problem with some people yesterday. Someone mentioned this. I think it was Mira. Mira, was it you?
I think I did.
Oh, maybe it was Sam. Yeah, someone. You had this problem, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So if there are not like 7 students in the class, you can't join. If there are 9, well, there is extra place, but you can't join.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's annoying. Yes,
you see, sometimes I get dropped on the Hangout, so I try to rejoin again, but I see myself in the list of the people who are in Hangout, so I can't join because it looks full. I'm in the Hangout, but actually I'm not.
Okay, yes, it's quite difficult. But Carlos, you managed to join. Perfect. Okay. Tell us some examples. We're talking about to pick up versus to study. Okay. Do you know the difference? To pick up something versus to study something.
To pick up something instead of in opposite to study.
Yeah. So, what's the difference between to study something and to pick something up?
Can you repeat, Martin? Sorry.
Yeah. Let me write this down. Okay. So to pick something up.
Pick something up is to pick. What is something? Pick something up.
Literally, I have a. So this is the desk, for example. I have a pen. Where I dropped it. I need to pick it up from the floor, for example. So this is my desk. Here's the pencil. I need to pick it up. That's literally. But it also means, for example, to get something into your brain, not through studying. So studying is very, very active. So if you study, maybe you read books and you make notes about everything you actively study. But to pick something up is to learn something, not through studying, but just through maybe experiences.
Okay, so the easy of understand things between studying or realizing about through experience.
Yes. So for example, you would have picked up Spanish, but you're studying English. But you would also pick up some English words.
Okay, so to remember, yeah. So I would like to say an example about, young people, I think have more facility or more easy to study, to memorize, and adult people is more about experiences. I know if it's your question. For example, when I was young, or younger than today, I used to study memorizing. English, maths, or only memorizing. But now, my memory is not as good as before, but I have a good experience, a good overview, a good point of view about things. So, for example, I am learning German, but I am not studying memorizing German. I am through experience, to the sounds, or
that's to pick it up. Yeah, so you're not sitting there with the book going, you're thinking, okay, well, if I listen to lots, eventually some words I will associate these words with a meaning and be able to use them. That's what it means to pick up something. Okay.
Exactly. This is the question. Okay.
Okay. So, what kind of things, Carlos, have you picked up on recently? For example, we were talking Hazel. Was it Hazel? No, Sam picked up cooking from his mother. Okay. So this is a skill he picked up. He didn't study cooking. He didn't learn it. He just watched his mum cook, and eventually was able to cook.
I'm afraid I don't understand you.
No worries. Okay, you can pick up a skill. So, for example, cooking, or playing football, something like this. So, cooking, you can study to be a chef. Yeah, so you can learn how to be a chef, or you can just pick it up, watch someone cook, watch what they're doing, and eventually put 2 and 2 together. And then you realize how to do it yourself. Yeah, you experience it.
I think in the second thing you say, I prefer to pick it up in the moment to realize I even create new things. So not only memorize, for example, copying a recipe, if not to create a new recipe. I focus only in the main ingredients, for example, and for example 5 or 6 main ingredients, and then copy, not exactly, but similar. So I prefer pick it up instead of the first thing.
Guys, are you impressed by Carlos? Yeah, Carlos can play the guitar. He was singing the other week, and now he's saying he can cook. What do you think, Evgenia? Are you impressed by Carlos?
No, of course I'm impressed.
There you go, Carlos.
Yes, sure.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, you would pick up these kind of skills. What you would know, you would understand what goes together. You would know that basil goes well with tomatoes, or you would know that fish goes well. No, that's a bad one. Okay, so this kind of thing, you pick it up. You wouldn't study it. You wouldn't have learned it. You'd have just seen someone do it, and you want to copy them. And we also talked about Carlos, and for Evgenia, maybe he was also just joined. We talked about to pick up habits from people. So if you always say something, Carlos, I don't know. Guys, you have classes with Carlos. Let's embarrass him. Does he do something quite often that you've noticed him say, or a facial expression? Something that maybe you could have picked up. Mira, have you noticed something? I can't hear you, Mira. Maybe it's muted. But Sam, do you take classes with Carlos?
Well, I had 1 or 2 classes, but I don't think they are enough to pick up something that he hasn't, like a habit. Yes, he moves his hands maybe a lot.
Gestures.
Things like that, yeah? So, I don't know, if someone does this a lot, I was saying Italians do this, and then you live in Italy for a year, and then you find yourself doing this, you'd have picked up this gesture, this mannerism.
Well, I used to have an Italian professor in my university, and I picked up this for a while, moving hands.
Yeah.
Too much. That's too much. I mean, I almost slapped someone once.
Okay, yeah, because you're moving your hands too much, yeah. I think that's so. And you could also pick up things from your parents. So if your parents have certain ideas, often you'd pick up your ideas from your parents. You wouldn't think like your parents. You wouldn't learn to think like your parents, but you maybe pick up some kind of, because from the childhood they've talked, you've heard them speaking, you'd pick up some kind of traits, I would say, yeah? To pick up characteristics, to pick up habits, to pick up words, all these kind of things. Guys, any questions on this? Yeah. Was that okay for everyone? To pick up versus to study? Any questions? Cool. Kevin is there.
Me?
Yes, Kevin and friend. Nice to speak with you, Kevin.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi. Hi, okay, and who's Kevin and who's friend?
Kevin.
Friend.
Kevin, friend, and Kevin is on the left.
Left, right?
What are your names, guys? Yeah, so how should I call you?
George.
My name is George.
George and Kevin.
Yes.
George is on the left, Kevin is on the right. Cool. Guys, where are you from?
Korea.
Korea, great. Okay, so nice to meet you. We are talking about... embarrassed. Okay, we're talking about learning languages, guys. How many languages do you speak?
2.
So Korean and English, right? Yeah. Cool. Okay. So welcome, guys. Good to speak to you. What's the last habit you picked up in recent life? I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's difficult, I guess, to notice any habits you picked up. I guess other people have to observe this if you've picked up something. But has anyone noticed they've picked up something from someone? Yeah. So the people that have just joined, not the people who I already asked. Carlos, do you ever pick up habits from anyone?
For example, I pick up habits like play guitar. I learned guitar not by memorize, copying habits.
So that's something so you saw people maybe on YouTube playing and you copied them and eventually it worked. That's you picked up, you didn't study. Evgenia, something else you picked up, so maybe a habit you picked up recently.
Me, it was one habit. I don't know how to call it. Maybe telepiece.
What, sorry?
Telepiece. Telepiece.
Telepiece.
Telepiece.
I'm not sure what this is. Can you write this down?
It's like when you
Can you type it?
Telepathy, yes. So
no, when you go but not straight, your leg is not straight but a little bit I don't know.
I'm confused. So Does anyone else know? Is it similar? How do you say it in your language, Evgenia?
Косолапить.
Does anyone understand this one?
Can you type it?
I can't because I can't see the chart. I don't know why.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay, so tell us how to spell it. I'll write it down. Okay.
Talipes.
P.
Bye-bye.
Or splay-footed. Or club-footed.
I'm just going to trust you, yeah? So I don't actually know this word, yeah? That's embarrassing. Does anyone know this word? Is it similar in your own languages, guys?
No.
Talipes. Let me Google this.
Club-footed or splay-footed.
Okay, so this is when your feet are a bit wonky.
To dance? Something to dance?
Or in-toed.
In toad or in code?
In-toed. Toes.
Okay, you're toad. So it's basically, you picked up this. Where did you pick this up from?
From my classmate. I think she, her walk is beautiful.
Okay.
So she beautiful walking, and I decided to do the same. But very soon I understood that it was rather, it's not beautiful to walk like that.
Okay, so I'm just googling this. The condition of being club-footed. Okay, club-footed. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so you picked this up from your friend, but you soon. But this also things like habits, yeah. So, do you do anything like a facial expression that maybe you picked up from somewhere, or you use some particular words that someone else uses?
Yeah.
This is something as well. Yeah. So this is something I could pick up maybe from Russian speakers. There's this. Yeah. So this is something. This is a habit of Russian speakers. This.
Yeah,
and you could quite easily pick something like this up. That's something you could pick up. If I copied this, I went, I would just pick that up from Evgenia, for example. Okay.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Hazel, do you have any more?
I don't know.
Okay, but you understand the difference, yeah? So let's go on.
Yes, of course.
It's quite clear, yeah? To study something that's active, to pick up something that's kind of passive, although you're doing something active anyway, yeah? So you're watching or you're reading something. Have any of you noticed, really, really quickly before we go on, that when you've read something in English, you've learnt some words and you've used these words, but you don't know where maybe you've learnt these words. You just suddenly, the word pops out out of your mouth, and you can use the words correctly, but you don't really understand what it means. And you don't know where you learnt it.
In Spanish and English.
Okay, both. You would say this happens to you.
Yes, it's like you have the meaning in your mind. It's something in between 2 or 3 words, but it's not the same like a word that you know already.
Okay, and it just comes out quite naturally, and you're thinking, how the hell did I do that? Yeah?
I recently made up a word, and it worked. Surprisingly, I said like self-centered. I just like to know the structure. I just made up it, and surprisingly, it was a real word.
Yeah, so sometimes, take your chances. Take your chances to see what happens. Yeah, so has anyone else got any examples? Alberto's just joined us. Okay. By the way, Chin, can we hear you now? Okay, Chin, we're going to have to, give you some time, we're going to have to free up the space for someone else, but please still watch if you're interested and contribute in the Verbling chat box. Just if we can't hear you, it doesn't make sense for you to be in the Hangout, but hopefully it will work very, very soon for you, Chin, and we can speak soon. In fact, I don't know if it's full, but yeah, I'm going to have to do this, Chin, but please message me if you need something organized, if we can help you before we do that. In fact, I'll give you 2 more minutes, yeah? So, because I feel very, very guilty about this. But anyway, I'll give you 2 more minutes to write in the Verbling chat box if you need any help. If not, we're going to have to free up the space for someone else, okay? So, any more examples before we go on? I think we'll go on. Okay, so we were reading a text, Carlos. Did you manage to see this?
Reading a text about, read or write?
We were reading a text.
Okay, yes, okay.
Just in the Verbling chat box. Can you see?
What is the, no, okay, Martin, you are in a surprise. Look my screen.
You have it, yeah, it's from that. Yeah, it's from that.
So what is the page?
It's from page 6.
6. Okay. What's paragraph?
We're going from page 6 to paragraph maybe 2 to 3.
3. Many polyglots.
Yeah.
Okay, all the text, all the paragraph.
Just read maybe the first 3 sentences or so.
So, okay, stop. Let me stop when you. Okay. So
Okay.
many polyglots wins at being called superhuman. It's more like a musical talent than anything else, says Kenneth Hale, a linguistic professor who speaks about 50 languages. I didn't do very well as a student. I wanted to learn languages, and I let everything else slide. Their motivation, they say, is the sheer delight of mastering a new form of expression.
Okay, let's stop there. Okay, so there's quite a lot. Going back to the previous paragraph as well, I'll tell you some more useful expressions. That's to pick something up.
Martin,
Okay.
what's the meaning of sheer?
Sheer delight. It's like
Pure.
100% delight. So, for example, grandparents often say sheer cheek. Yeah. Oh, the sheer cheek of it would mean there's nothing else but cheek. You are 100% cheeky.
Pure.
Pure.
Folly.
Exactly.
Folly.
Oh, that's wince.
Sorry.
Wince.
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 Is you feel kind of embarrassed. They wince at this. They think, oh yeah. So don't call me superhuman. I'm perfectly a normal person. They consider themselves normal, but of course we look at them and we think, yeah, we think they're special. We think they're quite unique. They're really super talented. But they wince because they don't want people to think of them as something else. Yeah. They wince. They feel a bit embarrassed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, maybe superhuman. I guess that's quite clear, meaning above human. Yeah, as in not human, is so talented, so good that they're not even in this category, this league of being human anymore. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and also, I let everything else slide. To let things slide.
Everything else, slide is expression, is an idiom, or what is this?
An expression. Yep.
Everything else slide.
To let something slide in general.
Like
Putting
go on,
aside.
like-
Yeah, so you could put it aside. Yeah, you're putting something aside. It becomes not
Okay.
your main focus. So if, for example, you said to me, Hazel, you're learning Arabic now. If that means, for example, you're spending so much time on Arabic, studying Arabic, that maybe studying English is not so important for you anymore.
I'm
you
not
would let
putting
English
aside.
slide.
I'm not putting aside English.
No, that's just an example. Yeah, of course not. Yeah,
I know.
But you would let it slide. You would let it get worse. So if you're focusing on something else, the thing you were originally focusing on is not your main priority anymore. So it probably gets worse. You're out of practice.
Mm. Martin, another expression could be put on the shelf?
Aside.
I
on yourself.
put everything on the shelf.
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 Is
Put it on the shelf. No, I'd say put it to the
put
side,
on the
yeah.
shelf. Forget it. No, it's not
Shelf.
a.
Shelf.
Shelf. I would say to put it. I'd always say to put it to one side, or to put it. I wouldn't say to put it on the shelf. Yeah. To shelve it, you can shelve something, as in cancel it. But to put it on the shelf, I haven't heard.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
But
shelf.
it could be. Yeah, it could be one, but I haven't heard it, Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the shelf.
Thank you.
Has anyone else heard this?
Yes, we have this expression in Arabic.
To put it on the shelf, yeah. So to put it to one side. I would say to put it to one side, yeah. Or to let it slide. To put it on one side, or to put it aside, would mean you're not focusing on it anymore. To let something slide would mean you're letting it get worse. So if, for example, I don't know, Evgenia comes to the UK for several months to study English. She speaks English every day, all the time, nothing else but English. She goes back to Russia, and instantly she's not speaking English so much. She would have let English slide because maybe she would be out of practice, because she's gone from speaking English every day to speaking English very rarely. Yeah, if it's
Like
not the main
me.
focus. Things like this, Mira. Yeah, so you've had this experience. What do you say?
Because there is no one can you practice with them the language. Maybe
Yeah.
because when you talk to German people, maybe the language which you can connect with them is something not German and not Arabic. It is English. And when you talk to Spanish people, maybe the same. You can explain to them with English to get the meaning in Spanish. You know, so you can't speak all the time in Spanish or in German or in Hebrew or whatever you want.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
main
So,
the main language for me is English.
okay. And if, for example, you yeah, it's basically when you study something new, or if you're too busy with something. So, for example, if you could play football really well, or if you could play tennis really well when you were younger, and then you get older and that's not the main priority, you get a job or whatever, and you've got to do other things, then you would have let your football skills or your sports skills slide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, meaning now you're not doing so much, so it will get worse.
Is it like neglect?
Neglect, exactly. Yeah, you've neglected it, you've let it slide, it will get worse. Out of practice. For example, yeah, it's just that when something becomes not your main focus anymore, you just let it slide, it will probably get worse. Can you share some examples of things you've let slide to serve it? Okay, now what have you let slide?
What I'm letting slide everything else except for English.
Yeah, that could be a thing. So, for example, if you are studying English a lot, you could let things like the job slide if you're studying English at work. Yeah, things like this. You're going to let your performance slide a bit. Your work because you're not focused on it so much. Or, for example, things like the job could maybe, if you get a really stressful job, your family life, you could let this slide because you're not spending so much time with your family. Maybe your family, the quality of life with your family is getting worse. Yeah, you're neglecting it a little bit. Things like this. Okay, so Servet, you're saying you've let what slide because of English?
Everything else, so maybe like sport, I don't go for a run for a while, or I can find time because in the mornings I have English classes, in the afternoon, evening, like in the night I have Spanish classes, so I don't want to miss none of them.
Cool.
I can't find time.
So that's the thing, and that's a good example. Sam, what have you let slide?
What's the question again, please?
What have you let slide?
Let slide. Well, I think I lost a lot of skills. Well, when I was 5 years old, I learned English very well, similar something like a native speaker. But I lost it because I stopped using it for about 5 years. Then, yes, I let it slide off for a while.
Okay, and there was a reason for it, yeah? So when you let something slide, it's because of something. So I let it slide because something got in the way. Meaning I wasn't focusing on it anymore. Perfect, cool. And Mira said it happens to you. Have you got any more examples?
Yes, Martin. Sometimes when we learn other language, you can forget your language, as Sam said. I can remember what is the meaning of this word in English or in Spanish or whatever, but I can't remember the meaning in Arabic.
Yeah, sometimes this could happen.
Yes, this is a disaster for me. Maybe the last time or the last before when I'm talking to how you are vegetarian or eat meat, something like this. I said I eat carne, so I get Spanish language in your class. I can't remember the meaning of meat in English.
Okay,
You know?
things like this. And if you speak several languages, I guess you can garble them, yeah? So that's where you mix them, and you get confused. And sometimes maybe in your native language, yeah? So you hear a word, how you understand what it means, but how could you translate? Maybe it's not so easy to translate the word or whatever. Yeah, so that's another thing. Hazel, something that you've let light, you've let slide recently.
I think lately I let slide my reading. I started reading Murakami book about 2 or 3 months ago when I discovered Fairbling, and I haven't finished the book.
Okay, yeah, so and that is because of Verbling, yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting, yeah?
Honestly.
Okay, so again, yeah, something that you've let slide recently.
At times, I let cooking slide.
Okay, because you're busy with other stuff.
Yes, sometimes I'm busy, sometimes I don't want. I'm lazy.
You can't be bothered, yeah? So that's the thing, let cooking slide. Well, I can't say I let cooking slide because I couldn't cook to begin with. But if you could cook to begin with, like Evgenia maybe, then yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, so Darman has also joined us.
Yes. Hello.
Good to speak with you, Darman. But where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, okay, nice to meet you. Darman,
Nice to meet you.
we talk about language learning and things like this, and some expressions, yeah? So, did you understand what this means? So the first one was to let something slide, sorry.
I don't.
Something slide, yeah?
To let something slide. Oh.
Let's
maybe.
get someone to explain, yeah? Don't worry.
Maybe like something slide. Maybe to agree or something like.
Okay, so not quite, but I'll get someone to explain. Don't worry, because you just joined, so don't worry. I'll get someone to explain to you. So let's get Carlos explain the last one. Let's get Servet to explain.
Yes, to let it slide.
To let something slide.
If you are letting something slide, you are neglecting it because you are focusing something else. You don't focus on this thing much, and maybe your performance, your thing is decreasing about this thing.
Yeah. So something gets worse, yeah? So something gets worse because it's not your main focus, Darman. So if you are busy, chances are you will let things slide. So at the moment, Darman, are you busy?
Oh, no.
Okay, but tell me about something. If you were really, really, really busy right now, what would not be your priority? What out of all the things you do now would you want to let slide, meaning would not to focus on?
Maybe. Maybe like my classes or something.
Classes, yeah, so studying, things like this, yeah, so you could let studying slide if you're busy. If you've got a job, for example, you may let studying slide because there's not enough hours in the day, there's not enough time. Cool. Okay, any more examples? Let's go on in that case to this text. So that was to let something slide. This guy, all he wanted to do was learn languages. So when he was a student, he just wanted to learn languages. He didn't care about anything else, so he let everything else slide.
Martin, I have a question.
Yep.
Can you say, instead of everything else, for example, I want you to learn languages, and I let my friends slide? That is possible? My friends?
Your friendship slide, yeah? Your friendship slide, because that's the thing, yeah? So if you let your friends slide, your friendships with your friends, I would say, your friendship slide.
It's not somebody's, it's not everybody's, everything. Okay, no, it's not not possible. Everybody, okay, everything, friendship, not friend.
Friendship, I would say everything. So so let learning a language slide, let working slide, things like that. Yeah, so not a person. Maybe let him slide. No. Yeah, so friendship slide. I let you let your relationship slide. You can say.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's an example. Okay, so that was to let something slide. The motivation, they say, is the sheer delight. 100% delight, and delight means what, guys?
Pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure, yeah. So 100% pleasure, pure pleasure. So sheer delight, that's all that motivates them. So they just do it because they enjoy mastering a new form of expression. That's all that motivates them. They don't care about, they're not learning a language because of the job, they're not learning the language because of anything else, a relationship or whatever, they're learning the language because all they get is 100% pleasure from being able to express themselves, from being able to speak in a new way. Okay? let's talk about this very, very quickly, guys. Can anyone relate to this? Can anyone understand this? As in, from your experience, let's go from Carlos, okay? Do you understand this whole thing about learning language because of the pleasure of it, or is it more a practical thing like jobs and things like that?
Are you asking me if or for delight or for business? No, it's my. So I think it's both.
Yeah, for business or for
pleasure.
Okay, yeah. So
maybe.
Do you understand someone who's doing it for 100% pleasure?
100%. I think it's 70% for business and 30% for pleasure. In my opinion, in my own opinion.
And I think that's most people with that. Yeah, I would say they're doing it for a reason. So, Darman, okay, what would you say? I can hear some background noise. In fact, I think it is from you, Darman. Is that okay?
Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so they're doing it for the sheer delight of it, meaning the 100% pleasure they get from this. Why are you learning languages?
Because I'm learning English because this is my. I would say this is my future because I'm gonna be a teacher of English.
So therefore, it's for partly because of business, because you need to study it, of course, to be a teacher, but also you enjoy it. Yeah, you must enjoy it to be a teacher.
Yeah, I really enjoy English, and so.
Okay, so Carlos said 70-30. What proportion would you give it, Darman? So what proportion would be for business, as in for work, for your future profession, and what proportion would be for pleasure?
I would say 60-40. 60 for job and 40 for pleasure.
That's interesting. Okay, Evgeny, what about you?
Well, when I began to study English, it was almost 3 years ago. I thought of my profession first, but now I do it just for fun.
Okay, so you enjoy it, yeah? So,
yeah.
What proportion? So, business and pleasure. What proportion would you give it?
I think 80 or 90% just for fun, and only 10 or 20, not more, for my profession.
Cool. Okay, that's cool. So you're almost 100%. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Okay, so Hazel. Okay, what would you say? So with you, are you learning for business reasons? Not that, guys. When we say for business, it doesn't always mean for that you have a business. It just means for professional reasons, like to advance, things like this. So for business or pleasure, Hazel?
For sheer delight.
Sheer delight.
Yes.
Okay, so you would do it just for the pleasure.
Yes.
100% pleasure.
Oh, exactly.
Model, yeah. So you're a model. Perfect. And Mira, what about you?
Everything I do is for pleasure for me.
100%.
Yes, anything I do in my life.
Perfect, yeah, so 100% you'd say. Sam, what about you?
Well, I think it has a very great effect on my future and my current state, learning languages, I mean. But of course it was my hobby since I was young.
Yeah.
But if you learn it for pleasure, with time you might lose that eagerness, and you might forget it or put it aside.
Okay, to put it to one side or to let it slide and stuff. But what proportion would you give it now? So proportion of business and pleasure.
Well, for now, I mean, for my current state, I think it's 50-50. Previously, it was like 80% for pleasure and 20% for increasing my knowledge about cultures.
Yeah. And now you'd say more 50-50, so it's even, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, yes, this is cool. Servet, what do you say?
I don't know. I cannot calculate any percentage, but I can say at the beginning it was for delight, just to just for delight, but I think now I see my improvement and I think I can use it in my career and I think more professionally from now on.
Okay, so you're saying you can use it. That's the thing, and turning something that maybe you liked doing into something that can be of benefit to you. Yeah, so with profession and stuff. It's cool. And CMS. Oh, it's just joined. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't want to throw you in the deep end. Hello, CMS.
Hello, how are you, Martin?
Sorry, nice to meet you. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Not too bad.
So I missed the first part, so I don't know what is the question.
Okay, so we're just talking about learning languages and things like this, and why we learn languages. So we were reading an article which you should be able to see in the Verblink chat box.
Yes.
You can open this if you like. And I asked the group why you're learning the languages you're learning. So, CMS, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 3 languages. I speak English, French, and Arabic.
Okay, and why do you learn these languages? I guess, is Arabic your mother tongue?
Yes.
Is French also
and French,
your mother tongue?
Yes, it's like second language in Algeria. Okay. French,
So would you?
And for
about English, yes, please, sorry.
Yeah, for English, I want to make it my profession. In fact, I'm training to be an English teacher, so
Perfect.
that's why I'm learning English. Yes.
So you're doing it for business and also pleasure.
Yes.
What proportion would you give it? So what percentage pleasure? What percentage business?
50-50.
50-50, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's interesting, guys. We're running out of time. Any last comments that people would like to make before we call it a day? Yeah. So any last comments?
What about you, Martin? How many languages do you speak, and why is your percentage of pleasure or business?
Okay, so I'm learning German. So I'm maybe don't say so. I've learned German for quite a bit, but also I'm learning Russian and Japanese. But these are really, really, really basic level. I'm learning Japanese. That's personal reason. Russian because I'm interested, and also German because I've done it since I was young and I've kind of stuck with it. But I think you have to enjoy it first of all, but then opportunities can come. I think if you enjoy something well, if you enjoy something a lot, then you can make opportunities within that, I think, yeah? So I'd say that it's probably, first of all, because I enjoyed it, and second of all, you think, okay, well, you may as well do something you enjoy, yeah? Something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, this is what I mean. If you do something because it make you pleasure, you will doing well in this.
Okay, yeah, so you do something you enjoy first, and then, I don't know, yeah, so try and work it out somehow afterwards, yeah? So maybe it's not always easy, but somehow afterwards. Guys, very interesting speaking with you. Hopefully I can speak to you very, very soon, but I've got to go now. And have a good day whatever you're doing, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.